What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Handmade and Beyond podcast. I'm your host, LL, leader of the handmadeandbeyond.com website and community. I'm a self-employed entrepreneur, an Etsy expert, and business coach who's figured out how to make my entire living with my handmade business. Each week, I'll dive into strategies and success tips to help you with your handmade business, with Etsy, and everything in between. Let's dive in. What is going on, Handmade and Beyond Nation? Glad to be back with you guys as usual. Welcome back to the podcast. Thanks for listening. You guys rock. I love the feedback that I'm getting on some of the podcasts that I post, that it's helping, I'm doing at least decent enough job to give you some tips and strategies and tactics to grow your business. That is always my goal. That's why I do this, to help sellers that were in the same position that I was early on in my journey. Didn't know what the heck I was doing, had to figure it out. So you need that little bit of motivation, that boost, along with some strategies and tips to keep your business going. Not to mention, it's just nice to know that you're not alone in your journey, right? Selling and having your own business can sometimes be lonely because you don't interact with other business owners all the time. It's just the nature of being a business owner. So it's kind of nice to hear stories and other people doing kind of the same thing with the same goals that maybe that you have. And that is also the reason why I started the Handmade and Beyond community. So everyone that's like-minded, that wants to grow their business, has a place to go to communicate with each other and to get the help, get the live coaching, come hang out, have fun, but also get the training and the tools that they need to be successful, because you're not alone. You are with a lot of other people that are in the same position. So it's just nice to have a place to go to be able to do that and interact with other people and make friends and hang out and all that good stuff. All right, so today's episode, I'm doing a special episode because of some of the recent changes the European Union made. So I wanted to put this, I was going to send out an email, but I think it's just better just to talk about it, because who likes to read a long-winded email? So basically what the changes are, starting July 1st, the European Union and the countries that are still in the European Union are requiring tariff numbers on the packaging slips. So when you ship something to a European Union country, you have to include a tariff number. And what that tariff number is basically the breakout of what the contents of your packages are. And even more than that, it's the materials that your stuff is made out of. So you may have to include multiple tariff numbers if, say you have something made of cotton and wood and all kinds of different stuff. Depending on what it is going to depend on how many tariff numbers you have. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, because even myself, I haven't figured it all out yet as far as looking at the individual tariff numbers, because there's a lot. So the reason I'm putting out this podcast out now is so you guys have time to prepare. If you don't ship international, you don't ship to the European Union, and you don't have to worry about this. But a lot of people make a lot of sales through the European Union and internationally. So you don't want to miss out on those sales. I know you have to go through some extra hoops now, but I think it's one of those things is most of you guys are in the same niche. You sell similar products out of your store. So I think once you do the research and figure out the tariff numbers that are needed, then it's going to make it a lot easier down the road. It's just the initial process of going through all of the tariff numbers, depending on what your materials are in your products, to include those in your packing slips. So I'm not sure on the Etsy side, I'm not sure how that's going to look. I'm assuming it's kind of just going to be part of the customs form. Like now when you ship international, there's a customs form attached to when you print the order that asks for the weight, what the product is. So it's probably just going to be added to that and then ask for the tariff number or numbers depending on what you're selling. So I'm not sure. I don't think Etsy's previewed how that's going to look, but I don't think it's going to be too complex. They already have the setup for it, so it's just adding in that other category. What you're going to need to do, though, is start researching your tariff numbers. So I found a website that has the breakout of the tariff numbers. I'm going to include this in the show notes, but it's tariffnumber.com. And how it's broken out is when you go to the website, everything is broken out by sections. So section 1 is live animals, animal products. And if you're watching this, I'm showing a video. If you're not, I'm going to explain it. So it's you don't have to see it. Section 2, vegetable products. Section 3, animal or vegetable fats, oil. So these are all broken out by sections. Section 5, mineral products. So depending on what you sell, you can look at the section, and probably that's going to be the place that you need to go to get your tariff numbers. So you're not writing in the section. You're not there yet. So you got to actually drill down a little bit further. So let's just say plastics. Let's just say the plastics section here, plastics and rubber articles thereof. So I'm gonna click on this section, which is section 7. And then when you click on it, it has 2 chapters. Actually, this doesn't have too many options, so it's good. So chapter 39, it says plastics and articles thereof, and then chapter 40, rubber and articles of thereof. So I'm going to click on the chapter 39, plastics, and then here's what's going to bring in a ton of different tariff numbers depending on what your materials are specifically. And all the numbers, there's depending on what you're selling, the numbers are different. Like, for instance, these start with 3901, and then it's 10, 010, 090. You'll see what I mean if you go to this website and look at it. So you basically just find your materials that your item is made of and write down this tariff number. And then when you ship something to the European Union, you're going to have to put this tariff number or numbers on the actual customs form. And this is going to be important. I don't know how strict they are going to be with this, but I'm sure they're going to spot check certain packages. And if you don't have the appropriate tariff numbers, they're probably going to send it back. And as you all, or most of you guys know that ship internationally, it's very, very expensive to ship internationally, so you don't want to not put the correct number, have it sent back, and then because it's your fault, have to resend it and repay for shipping back out to your customer, because you can't just say, I messed up, I'm not going to resend it to you. That's not going to bode well. So get it right on the first try. I would say, so start going through your products depending on what you sell, how many different items you sell, and what they're made out of is going to depend on how many tariff numbers that you guys have to write down. But probably, say you sell something wooden and then maybe something plastic, then you probably just want to do a spreadsheet. And for your wooden items, write down those tariff numbers. For the plastic items, write down those tariff numbers. So you have them ready to go. When you get to shipping, you just copy and paste it in, because it's not going to be very, to put it in a nice way, not be very smart to go and look up your tariff numbers each and every time you're ready to ship something. That's going to take forever, and it's not practical at all. So I want to help you avoid that process. So there's an article from the Etsy posted, but it's very generic. I'll include that in the show notes as well. Really, what you need is this website where it has the tariff numbers, because Etsy doesn't know all the tariff numbers. Nor really should they. Their job basically is just to tell you the requirements, and then you have to go and make sure you are doing the right thing that the European Union requests. So the tariffnumber.com is the right website to go to, or it's one of them. There's a couple websites that you can go to. This one is one of the first ones I found. Seems pretty easy. Go there, drill down, find your tariff numbers, copy them, and then you're good to go. But depending on, like I said, what you sell, you may have a couple of different tariff numbers for each product. And there is a lot of tariff numbers in here. So check it out. Get prepared now. You still got some time to get prepared if you sell internationally. But hopefully that helps you guys out, and hopefully it gets you prepared to ship internationally, ship to the European Union. If you guys need more help, resources, success tips, guides to grow your business, I would love to have you in the Handmade and Beyond community. You guys can get there at handmadeandbeyond.com, as well as there's other resources on there. There's an free SEO book that I wrote that is pretty helpful. And there's usually other free resources on the website, not to mention the podcast and all that good stuff. I want to make sure that you guys are continually getting the help and the feedback and the resources that you guys need to be successful in your Etsy business. All right, guys, until next time, have an awesome rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.